Fans of three-letter acronyms rejoice because Tudor has just released an FXD GMT. Now, I was very lucky to be one of the few channels to get hands-on with this new release, and if you stick around to the end, well, I'll tell you what I think. Now, if you want to see more watch content, including hands-on reviews and interviews with interesting people from the watch world, then please do click that subscribe button. So the first Pelagos FXD was launched in October 2021, just around 3 years ago, as a fixed bar version of its popular Pelagos tool and dive watch. It was developed for the divers of the French Marine Nationale. They're the equivalent of our UK Special Boat Service, or let's say the US Navy SEALs. It had a 42mm Grade 2 titanium case with a bidirectional turning bezel and a navy blue dial. The abbreviation FXD signifies that it has fixed bars rather than removable spring bars for extra durability, and it came on a blue single-pass fabric strap with a Velcro fastening. Though because Velcro is a registered trademark, at the time I'm pretty sure Tudor called it something like grippy, sticky stuff. Since that original FXD made its debut, Tudor has released several other military and non-military versions of its fixed lug FXD design. Last year saw the release of a black dial FXD, which was very similar to the original blue Marine Nationale edition, but this time we were told by Tudor that it was to commemorate their long-standing partnership with US Navy SEAL Team 6. Or was it? Because while you see at the time there was a lot of talk about Tudor being a supplier to the US Navy SEALs, and that unit featured heavily in Tudor's marketing campaign. But strangely, although Tudor still talks about its partnership with the Marine Nationale, all references to the US Navy SEALs have quietly disappeared from the Tudor website. Maybe for reasons of operational security, or OPSEC, if you're in the know. A bit of Google research suggests that Tudor watches stopped being issued to the US Navy SEALs in the 1980s, and the unit no longer has an official supply partnership with any brand. So, and I'm only speculating here, but perhaps the US Department of Defense felt that Tudor had maybe overstepped the mark with its claims and asked for a retraction. I mean, well, I certainly wouldn't mess with the US Navy SEALs. But just a few days ago, Tudor launched another military-inspired FXD, and this time it's a GMT. And Tudor are obviously being a lot more careful with their wording here, as this time we're told that it's inspired by the Aéronautique Navale. These are the Marine Nationale's aviators, so instead of doing covert stuff underwater, they get to do their cool stuff in the air. It features the same 42mm Grade 2 titanium case with fixed bars, but this time that case houses Tudor's MT5652U GMT movement, which has a quick-setting GMT function. It's essentially the same GMT movement that you'll find in Tudor's Black Bay GMT, or in this Black Bay Pro. However, the addition of the U suffix tells us that not only is this a COSC-certified chronometer, but it's also METAS certified too. Now, I won't bore you again with all the details of what METAS certification entails, but let's just say for now that it's an even more rigorous testing process than COSC, and it demands even higher standards of accuracy. The dial and the ceramic bezel insert on this new GMT are matte black, and aside from the orange GMT hand, pretty much everything else has a warm ivory colour. If you don't like faux patina, then you're probably not going to like this look, but I think it really works. Once again, the bezel is bidirectional, so it rotates in both directions. And whereas a GMT with a fixed bezel allows you to track the time in 2 time zones, with a rotating bezel, you can actually track 3. It comes on a khaki green fabric strap embroidered with the unit's insignia, which I think is a really nice touch. And Tudor has ditched the sticky grippy stuff that's definitely not Velcro, in favour of a traditional pin buckle. I recently turned 50. As I've got older, my health has become a bigger priority. I want to be here to see my kids grow up. I want to see them get married and have kids of their own. As someone who loves traditional watches, fitness bands and smartwatches just go against the grain. I want to wear the amazing watches in my collection, and I don't want to have to wear a watch on one wrist and a fitness band or a smartwatch on the other. And I just can't wear watches in bed. Then I found the Ultrahuman Ring Air, and this tiny ring has been a game changer. It's discreet and yet incredibly powerful. Combined with the incredible Ultrahuman app, it tells me what's going on inside my body, whether I'm meeting my fitness goals or if I'm getting the right kind of sleep. It also monitors my heart rate and HRV, heart rate variability, which is a measure of stress. But of course, it also tracks my activity and so much more. The Ultrahuman app also gives you nutrition advice, as well as free access to a whole library of health-related videos and podcasts. And unlike other similar products, it's subscription-free. It's easy to see why the Ultrahuman Ring Air is used by the world's #1 cycling team, as well as other elite athletes. I'll leave a link in the description to the Ultrahuman website, as well as a special discount code for Escapement24 subscribers. So what about the price? Well, here in the UK it retails for £4,000. I believe it's $4,625 if you're in the US. Now, I think that's a pretty fair price. After all, you're getting a Grade 2 titanium case, a watch that's coming from a Rolex family brand, with a GMT movement that's not only COSC certified, but METAS certified too. And on top of all that, I think this is one of the few Tudor models that will probably hold its value better than most. I mean, if that's the kind of thing that's important to you. Now personally, while I was always a big fan of the original blue Marine Nationale version, as an overall package, I think that this new GMT may just be the best FXD yet. Will I be buying one? Well, sadly no, for the same reasons that I didn't buy the original blue version. You see, as much as I love the Pelagos design, that 42mm case was always just that little bit too big for my skinny wrists. And on the FXD version, with those fixed bars, well, they protrude even more than the lugs on the original, making the effective lug-to-lug measurement about 52 or 53mm. However, for anyone with a wrist size bigger than an insect with an eating disorder, and particularly if you like watches with real wrist presence, then I'm sure it'll wear just fine. But I'd love to know what you think of this new FXD, so please do let me know in the comments. I'd also like to give a quick thanks to the guys at Fraser Hart in Cribbs Causeway in Bristol, who reached out to me as soon as this watch became available. If you're located in Wales or the southwest of England, and you're looking for a Tudor or a Tag Heuer, or a Longines or one of many other brands, then please do go and check these guys out. And in the meantime, well, why not check out one of these videos next? I mean, just a thought.